Hello, fellow guitar players! Today we're looking at pickups. And pickups are difficult because what is the sound of a pickup? You don't know. It's actually almost impossible to know what the sound of a pickup is because it's part of whole. Of whole? It's part of a whole. It's part of the whole guitar. And that includes the neck material, the fretboard material, the fret material, the guitar material. I know, tone wood, it's real. The condensory things and the knobbies and the volume pots and the so and so many ohms, Ks. I don't know any of that stuff, so I'm not going to even refer to any of it. It's all part of everything. The strings. And then, if I do a before and after, am I going to play it exactly the same way? Am I going to be exactly in the same position? A pickup test is very difficult. I think unless we go and install the same set of pickups in 10 guitars, and out of all 10 guitars, in the end, there's something that kind of stands out, like a certain kind of frequency that's always similar. We don't know what a pickup sounds like. That being said, there is a certain level of pickup, a certain quality, at which point it just doesn't get any better. At which point you just know, if I put that in my guitar, I've done everything I possibly can to ensure that guitar is as good as it can be. And I can rest assured that if it sounds like crap from now on, it's my playing. And that's the kind of level we're talking about. We're talking about Kloppmann pickups. Andreas Kloppmann has made pickups, which many people don't know, for the Gibson Custom Shop, for the Fender Custom Shop, for some of the highest coveted instruments in the world. And we're going to look at his classic PAF set. It's the HB59. It's supposed to be the thing that you put in a guitar if you want the classic single cut Les Paul type sound. And that in a very good way. Now, they clock in at €412 if they're not covered. Like, I don't have covers on them. If they're covered, I think they're $452. So this is an expensive set of pickups. And how do we test this? Do we put them in a cheap guitar? Well, then obviously we would hope that the guitar makes a jump. If we put them in a guitar that you would put them in, I mean, what kind of guitar do you put €412 pickups in? A rather good guitar, right? So you would assume that that guitar has already rather good pickups. Do we expect a big jump? I wouldn't, because I would assume the guitar already has pretty good pickups. So the guitar that I picked for this is my FGN Expert Flame. This guitar clocks in at $2,000. And it's the one FGN, on all the Les Pauls, they use Seymour Duncan's name brand. On this, it is FGN branded pickups. And we don't know how good are those. I have no idea. You would assume, because it's not a name brand, that you can improve the guitar drastically with some high-end pickups. And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to do 3 amps before sounds, about 3 minutes. You can skip that if you're not interested in that. We also have an A-B later, before and after in one clip. So let's listen to those before sounds before we go anywhere. Now we have to take it to my buddy Yoshi Luck and have him professionally install those pickups. Well, watch us do that. So now we're in Yoshi's workshop. I took the amazing long drive of 3 minutes to get over here. And he's behind the dusty lamp because he's shy. So what can you do? We have the FGN Expert Flame on the table. And we have these Kloppmann, I think they were the H59s. And I'm gonna hand them to Yoshi, and he does his thing to put them in the guitar. You can come over here. I was gonna say, now people can see you, but with a mask, not so much. It doesn't really matter if you're behind the lamp or not.
I can go back.
Whatever you want to do. This should be a relatively easy install, right?
Let's say yes.
There's no coil tap. It's just 3-position switch, 2 humbuckers, and once we're done, hashtag advertising, we're gonna put the amazing M steels from Ernie Ball on there because that's the strings I primarily play. And
I cleaned my whole workshop yesterday just because of you. Oh, you have I forget the lamp. No.
That's the one piece in the workshop that has dust on it. I get it. Okay, we're gonna go close up and see the master at work. Later.
Give me space to breathe. Oh, floating in this tide of memory. Stuck inside of what I thought was me. Oh, longing justice wants to be a circle pushed inside a square hole. Am I just talking to myself again? Tonight I'm feeling rather weak. I'm breaking down the barriers that keep me trapped inside my little cage. I will find a way to make my peace tonight. Every now and then, emotions blur and come around again, perpetuating my lost sense of self. I am barely here, reaching out for something that can free me. Am I just talking to myself again? Tonight I'm feeling rather weak. I'm breaking down the barriers that keep me trapped inside my little cage. I will find a way to make my peace tonight. Singing inside me, shattering all of me.
There we go. As we could see, mine weren't delivered in the professional, super mega nice box that Kloppmann pickups usually come in. And I don't know if they come with the screws. These screws on the FGN pickups had a different diameter than the screws that the Kloppmanns, which are those, needed. And luckily, Yoshi being a luthier, he had different kind of screws there. If you get them without them, and I can't tell you if Kloppmann delivers them with screws or without, but if you get them without those screws, you're screwed. Because the FGN pickup screws didn't fit the Kloppmanns. So Kloppmann, please include the screws if you don't already do that. I can't tell because I didn't get them in the factory packaging. I just got them bubble wrapped. Now we'll do the after sounds. So obviously you have zero idea if those after sounds are better or worse or equal than the before sounds, because that's 10 minutes ago. Which means we're going to have to do a quick A-B right after each other. And again, that's days later. Did I play it the same way? I don't know. Are the strings any different? They shouldn't be. Let's check it out. I was pretty surprised. I expected quite a bit of a jump. And I have to be honest, I didn't get that. Well, does that mean that Kloppmann pickups are not worth their money? No, it doesn't. What that actually means is that whatever FGN put into this guitar from the factory was already pretty damn good. So here's my bottom line, what I've learned from this pickup swappy Audi test. First of all, I'm very happy I have Kloppmanns in there, and that's the weird thing. Even though, tonally, I don't think I really hear an improvement on that guitar, the guitar now, to me, feels better. It feels like it's worth more. Because instead of no-name FGN black-branded pickups, I now have Kloppmann HB59s in there. That's ridiculous. But that is the psychology that actually has a lot to do with this. Now, if you have a guitar on this level, or a PRS for 3,000 or 4,000, or some kind of custom guitar from Yoshi or anyone else, we can assume that they already put pickups in there that are quite good. Which means if you put pickups in there that are quite good, like the Kloppmanns, what's your expectation? Maybe the pickups you have in that guitar originally have lower output. You might want higher output or even lower output. That's the kind of direction you can go into. But don't expect your guitar to all of a sudden be an instrument that you love when you didn't love it before. Everything else is the same. I see so many posts of people saying, I put these pickups, JBs or whatever, I don't know pickup names, or Demasios in my guitar, and all of a sudden, oh my God, the guitar is so much better. That's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen on a guitar on the level that would deserve a €412 set of pickups. Meaning this guitar, the only reason why I picked it is because there were no-name, non-branded pickups, and I thought, well, we can probably improve there. We didn't know that FGN puts good shit in there, okay? And that means I can't necessarily recommend, if you have a boutique luthier guitar and you bought it and you spent the money, that you spend another $412, it's not going to make your guitar ridiculously better, because I think the electronics, the same. The whole guitar, the same. The wood, the same. Everything, the same. It's just one piece of the puzzle. And I don't think that one piece of the puzzle is going to get you an enormous jump. However, if you are getting a guitar built right now from a high-end luthier, whether it'll be a Strat with single coils or whatever, I would 100% recommend to go to a high-end pickup maker, and Andreas Kloppmann is one of them. Of course, there's Harry Heusel, there's Jason Lollar, there's Nick Silver. There's some great pickup makers. Kloppmann is among the top in the world. Now, if you're spending $3,000, $4,000 to get a guitar manufactured for you by a top luthier, I think it's a peace of mind thing to know that you've done everything you can to put the best shit in there. Can you put some off-the-rack Seymour Duncans in there? Yes. Will they do the job? Yes. Do you know that you've done everything to get the best possible guitar? Maybe not. Maybe you like the Air Norton and Tone Zone. Put that in there. All good. If that's your thing, go ahead. But if you want to make sure that you've done everything you can to make your investment in the whole thing worth it, another $100 or $200 for top-of-the-line pickups isn't going to kill you. Are they going to make it a lot better than whatever was in here? Maybe not. But at least you will never ask. Does it make sense? Well, let me give you a little analogy. I know this video is already long, but I think this is important. There's an ad agency, and the guy in the ad agency hired me for some jobs to do advertising music. And then there were some bigger projects where the 30 seconds of music were paid with like $10,000. And I would have loved to get that project. And he said, he can't hire me. I said, why? It's just some piano background. I can literally do that in 30 minutes. He said, yeah, but should the commercial fail, should it not have the desired effect, they're going to come to us and say, where did you save? And they're going to say, and we went to the highest paid cameraman, and we have the best actors and a great location scout and all this. And then they're going to say, well, you hired this guy. What has he done? And I didn't have the right portfolio. And they're going to say, well, you saved money on the musician, and that's why the commercial failed. So even though the guy that they hired did a little bit of piano stuff in the background, he already had worked for Lufthansa and other things, they spent $10,000 on something I could have done for a cup of coffee and a sandwich in 30 minutes because they had to justify to the client that they did everything possible to guarantee the success of the project. And that made a lot of sense to me. They couldn't cut corners, because if they had cut a corner, that would have left them vulnerable. And that's exactly what you need to do here. If you spend the money on a high-end guitar, put high-end pickups in it. And I recommend Kloppmann's. The sound that we have now are great. This is a kick-ass guitar. And even though I can't really pinpoint how it sounds better than it did before, I now know that this is as good as it can be. Before it always like, yeah, it's a great guitar, but I don't know about the pickups because I didn't know about the pickups. Now I know about the pickups. It's among the best I can put in there. This guitar is now as good as it can be. And even though it sounds exactly like it sounded before, it feels different to me. Does it make sense? There's a lot of up here when it comes to pickups, I think. Because again, it is part of the whole gestalt of the guitar. And I can't believe that Kloppmann's paying me to say this, but they are. I mean, they paid for the review, not to say this, because if they had paid for my opinion, it would have said, oh my god, the guitar sounds so much better now. No, it doesn't. But I think it's still worth investing in a high-end pickup builder if you have your own guitar made. If you already have a high-end guitar, I don't think you should fiddle with the pickups. Because if the pickups aren't good in your high-end guitar, then you bought the wrong guitar. That's what I think. Thanks, Andreas. Thanks, Emmanuel, for commissioning this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Yoshi, for your services. You're amazing. And we're going to put some animals at the end. And links below if you want to go to Kloppmann and check out their stuff.
It's times like these that show us what we're all about. And will you please be strong enough to sit this out? I'll see you on the other side. There's kisses and rainbows for everyone. The time will come, but not tonight. It's why we have to stay 6 feet apart. We're gonna come together. We hold all the cards. We only have to play them right. So do your part. Everything will be alright. It might be hard.